3.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is SCOVIEN today, me and my group will present about the Earth leakage relators for level 3. Okay, first we start with the introduction. Okay, leakage relay or ELR detects the leakage current when it exceeds a specified threshold and activates a circuit breaker. So ELR is the one is activates the circuit breaker. Okay. It has the ability to protect humans from electrocution as well as prevent fires. With earth leakage relays, covalent current transformer (CBCT) or zero phase current transformer (ZCT) are typically employed. When there is an earth fault, the current avoids the load and flows directly to the earth instead. An electric shock happens when a live conductor makes or indirect contact with the ground, either directly or indirectly through the human body, as described above. Insulation failures, dam surface, and faulty wiring are all potential causes of this problem. Okay, I think that's enough for introduction. Okay, so for activity 3, questions. I will start with the questions 1. Briefly clarify the function of ELR. Okay, a device used to sense earth leakage and open a circuit breaker when the leakage current exceeds the preset value. Second, protect human beings from electrocution and prevent fire hazards. Used to sense a small magnitude of currents and usually used in low voltage circuit only. Okay, uh, I will explain only 3 for each question. Okay, we jump to question 2. Briefly enlighten the function of shunt trip coil. Okay, first, shunt trip coil is a built-in component of a shunt trip circuit breaker. It is a magnetic coil that can be energized externally to make the breaker trip to shut off the flow current. Second, a shunt trip is a device designed to switch the circuit breaker remotely. After power on, the shunt release immediately activates the circuit breaker mechanism to ensure quick disconnection from the power supply. Third, it can reduce potential damage to adjacent electrical equipment and also reduce electrical hazards caused by fire. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, next, from my part, I will explain about the function of ELR in the figure 5. What is current and time setting in ELR, and what is the real-time leakage indicator? So the first one is, what is the function of ELR? It is used to identify potential dangerous ground fault currents before they become a hazard, as well as the protect electrical system and humans from direct and indirect connections. As you can see, this is a current and time setting in ELR. In the model EL03, EL10, EL30, and for the flush mounting design, which is EL03P, EL10P, EL30P. For the real-time leakage indicator, it is selectable from 10 milliampere to 30 ampere. The trip time delay and recovery time are programmable for both the relay. So next, the connection of LR to ZZT, busbar, and MCCB can refer to the figure 6. So the explanation, when the earth leakage current exceed the preset value, ELR is used to detect earth leakage and open the circuit breaker. The ZZT is coupled to an ELR, which clamps all the lines and natural cable. Pin 1 and 2 of the ELR are connected to ZZT via tape to energize the relay. Which is next, Pin number 7 is linked to the neutral line and pin number 9 is connected to the red line. The shunt, trip, coil, and MCCB formerly open and O contact are attached to pin number 10. In order to engage the switch or contact, pin number 12 is connected to the red line. So for question number 3, what is the function of ZST, busbar, and MCCB in the circuit? For the first one, ZT series are compact model type, zero phase current transformer. They improving the sensitivity, compactness, and weight of electric shock prevention. Next, for busbar is a group of conductor that gathers and transmit electric power from fixed entering and leaving the system. In other words, it's a type of electrical junction that brings together all incoming and exciting electrical currents. Next, for MCCB, is a circuit breaker that switches circuit and protect against overload and short circuit problems. Okay. Next, for function of each point in AR, point 1, 2, 7, 9, 10, and 12. For pin 1 is connected to ZST, act as a sensor. For pin 2, connected to ZST as a sensor also. For pin number 7, it is function as negative terminal for auxiliary power supply to operate that relay connect to natural. Next, for pin 9, it is a positive terminal and also connected to auxiliary power supply to operate the relay that connect to red line. Pin number 10, common for normally open contact that connect the shunt, trip, coil, and MCCB. The last one, pin number 12, terminal for normally open that always in that condition and on when the current exceed from the set value of ARR. For question number 5, what the function of secondary injection test set can refer to figure 7. It is used to test the trip function of breakers regardless of whether they are magnetic, thermal magnetic, or digital in operation. When conducting a secondary injection test, a ratio of the breaker's fault current is directed into the trip unit and the time it takes for the breaker to trip is measured. Another approach of validating the timing and operation of the trip unit is to use it to do the secondary injection test as well. Okay, next. Connection of the secondary injection test to the ELR. You can refer to the figure 8. So for the next one, method to perform the ELR test using the secondary injection test for checking the minimum current setting. Okay, the first one, test on the ELR protection by using secondary current injection test set. Next, in order to reduce secondary current on the ZT, a single phase chemical current can be injected into one of the primary conductors. Next, connect the FR to 240 volt external power supply. Next, the secondary conjunction test should be set to between 0 to 10 ampere and 0 to 240 voltage alternate current. So next, examine and document all of the details of the relay being examined, including their operational parameters. Then gradually increase the test output current until the ELR element is detected, which is tripping. Record down the pickup current ID, IO. The last one is turn off the secondary current injection test set. Okay, that's all from me.
Yeah, I will continue for the number 8. For the question number 8 is method to perform the ELR test using the secondary injection test for checking the operating time. Okay, for the number 1, connect the secondary current injection test set timer terminal to a relay trip contact. And next, turn on the secondary current injection test set and set the output current to 2.0 times 10 and 3.0 times 10 tripping current setting. And then turn off the test set with control knob remaining in the set position. Next, switch the secondary current injection test set to the test position to inject the set current and start the timer at the same time. Next, after the relay trip contact is activated, record down the relay operating time. Disconnect all wires between the test set and the relay, certain that all relay connection have been restored to normal working conditions. And for the last one is to turn off the test set. Okay, that's all for the question. And For the last one is for the conclusion. Okay, we learn about the time lag leakage ELR relay near the end of this practical. A leakage relay, also known as ground fault relay, or residual current monitor that detect potentially dangerous ground fault current before they produce any problems. The difference between an earth fault relay and earth leakage relay is that an earth fault relay is for current flowing to earth due to an insulation fault, whereas an earth leakage relay is for current flowing from live parts of the installation to earth without an insulation fault. After that, we'll go how to connect the ELR to the ZCD, busbar, and MCCB, as well as the purpose of each pin point in the ELR and how to protect equipment and system via relays and the low voltage switchboard. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.